See if it will work. Oh! I told you. We replaced the track rod arm and we refitted all the control arms inside it. So with all of that done, let's just see if the car A goes into gear, rides under its own power and comes back. I've called in Zach. Guys, welcome back to the channel, and as you can see in the thumbnail, we've got good news. I'm not even gonna hide it from you. I want to show you that good news, and to show you it, I need to take you back to last night. So once you get caught up with last night's shenanigans, I'm gonna get started here, and then I'll catch you back once you're up to speed. Oh my god, guys, I'm so gassed. I haven't got my camera, I haven't got anything. I'm gonna be explaining everything that's happened. Oh. Good news, good news, good news. A lot of developments have just happened. I'm using my mobile phone. So I've just come back from somewhere where I collected the key, and I'm gonna give you the full breakdown once we get back to the proper video and I've got my proper camera. But look, see if I can do this with one hand. When you turn the key, we've got ignition. We've got ignition, and look. See if it will work. Oh! I told you. Yeah! Come on, man. Come on. Yeah. Everyone, even this guy, guys, Zaf, everyone was like, oh, you wasted money. Anyway. I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow. Right guys, so as you just saw from last night, the car is starting. Have a listen. First time, every time. I am so gassed. Check that out. Bit of hard work and dedication. But let me break it down because it's quite interesting. So let me switch that off. So first thing off the bat, I've now got 2 keys. Now, let me tell you how this came about. I bought this car from Copart in Sandwich. It was totally random. I saw it, I bidded, I won it, got it delivered. And when I posted it on my Instagram, the previous owner actually got into contact with me. Previous owner lives literally 0.8 miles away, to be exact, from where we are right now. So that was a positive. We just arranged to meet up because he had left some stuff in the car, and I asked him if he's had any service history or spare keys or whatever, just accidentally. Anyway, if you remember, on Tuesday I dropped another episode with my 2016 Mercedes A200D. Now the keys were identical. So I accidentally had that car key in my pocket and I stuck it into this car by accident. And it came up on the screen saying, this key does not belong to this car. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Mercedes keys in particular are very different. If I show you this, I don't know if it's gonna focus, but yeah. As you can see, right at the tip is that little black doid. Those are 2 infrared receivers and transmitters. And it's kind of like a handshake between the key and the car, and it has to pass drive authorization to allow the ignition and everything to come on. You remember I mentioned this in a previous episode about drive authorization. It's specific to Mercedes. So all of these keys have got a unique signature that matches the car that it was made or connected to from the factory, etc, etc. So the car immediately realized that this key that I had put in was for my other car, and it said it's not allowed, it's not for this car. So that gave me the idea, and it comes down to common sense and just using your brain. So I went down to that Mercedes and I stuck this key for this car into that ignition. Nothing happened. And I thought that was a bit strange, because if this car can recognize that that key is not for this car, and it's the same spec, same kind of similar year, different model but similar year and everything, so they should react the same. I thought that this key should do the same thing in that car, and that car should tell me that this key is not for this car, because this key should have been giving out the signal and the identification key to try to start that car, and it should come up on the screen saying that it's not for the car. So that made me think that maybe this key had a problem. So I went home, and it always had a crack right at the tip. The key always had a crack. So I went home and I tore it apart, and I'll put some pictures up in the screen right here to show you what I found. But anyway, the circuit board on this key had a crack in it. It's a hairline crack, but what that hairline crack does is it breaks the tracks on the circuit board. I studied programming at uni, and I studied electrics, and I'm really good at circuitry and stuff. So immediately, as soon as I saw that, I knew that those tracks were finished, and I knew that although the key was locking and unlocking the car, it wasn't able to get the signal to those infrared transmitters to initialize that key or initialize that authorization sequence, which then meant that the car stayed in lock mode. So in comes the previous owner. Massive shout outs to you, mate, if you're watching. He came back to London. He said he was out of London for the weekend. He told me, come down, he's got the spare key for me. Spare key came. So yeah, like I said, I had already cleared the crash data, so it wasn't I told you I wasn't even getting ignition, and it was because of the key. So long story short, it was because of the key. So that brings us on to today. I am happy, but if you remember, over the last 5 days, I have torn this car apart. So I want to put everything back in that I removed, because I've left some electrical wires exposed and stuff, protect everything, and then I'm going to make a phone call to my local parts department. I want to fix that wheel so that we can get the car mobile again, and hopefully we should be able to drive this car up and down the road, and more importantly, drive it into the garage. So that is the plan for this episode. Guys, thank you for all of your suggestions. Thank you for all of the interest that I got on this build. Someone in the comments said that they were bidding on this car. Mate, a little bit of healthy competition. Like, I was ready to go all the way, man. I really wanted this car, and I got it. So I am happy, and this car is gonna, like I said, this car has got a big surprise at the end of the build. It's gonna be going somewhere. It's gonna be going somewhere very important, very special, and yeah, I'm happy to be working on this car, put it that way. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now. Let's get all of these bits put back together, and hopefully we can get this car running and driving. So guys, with the wheel off, have a look. Like, it looks crazy with the wheel on and everything's all battered, but it's not that bad. So we've got a replacement inner track rod arm. I'm gonna change that and put that on. This is what I was worried about. Now have a look. It's not bent, it's not broken, but it has got some damage to the front right there. We will be changing this at a later date, but for now, have a look. That's just a lot of work to get all of that out. I'm just gonna stick it back into the slot right there, loosen this up. It's basically just slipped out, so I'm going to loosen this up, put it back in, just to get the car rolling and driving in and out of the garage. We're making great progress. I'm very happy. Right outside the tyre shop, so once they're finished with the tyre, we're going to get it back onto the car, and in the meantime I'm going to go ahead and buckle up this and replace this.
Yeah, and you go to machine, you pay the money, after you be perfect.
Alright guys, so I've gone ahead, I've refitted the bits on the interior. I've gone ahead and refitted all of these plastics, buckled down my battery, everything there's fine. We replaced the track rod arm and we refitted all the control arms inside there. So with all of that done, let's just see if the car A goes into gear, drives under its own power and comes back. I've called in Zaf.
Let me drive it.
Yeah, see how it
Let's
feels.
see. Hopefully, everything right. Okay.
I need to take all of them out. I'll take them out. I was just really concerned to see if it's driving and yeah.
Oh, it's great. Hey.
Guys, it's moving. What the brakes like? Rear camera is working.
Everything well.
Everything's working?
All working.
Good. I'm happy, man. What do you think? Still think it's a bad buy?
No, it's good, it's good.
Yeah? You're one of the people who said it's a bad buy.
Look, I tell you bad buyer because I didn't say bad buyer. Even first time I come, when I see the car, look like big massive damage, but it's not big massive damage.
Now that I've stripped down the front end, look, the chassis legs are alright, and it's just...
I got same Mercedes Vito I bought last week.
Guys, this is Zaf's one there.
I'm gonna sort that one out as well.
Same, this is the damage on this one. Look, same thing, but his dash is gone, and he's saying that mine is big damage. Similar damage.
Same thing, but all the plastic on.
Yeah.
Chassis is bended a bit.
Yeah.
Next week on the road, hopefully.
Of course, that's how we do it, man. But guys, we're gassed. Car's running, car's driving. Let's take out all those airbags and clean up the interior. Okay guys, so there you have it. Today's been a very productive day, and the final thing that I just did, I removed the driver's side airbag because I want to get the item number at the back of the airbag, because I know for a fact the AMG line and the non-AMG line, the airbags are different, and I know that because I've made that mistake in the past. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I want to give a massive thank you to the previous owner who hooked me up with the spare key. I made a phone call to Mercedes and I would have had to take the car down there, get them to program it, and it would have cost me about 500 quid. And you know what, spending all of that, getting the car to Mercedes when it couldn't come out of gear, couldn't get the electronic brake off, it would have been a massive issue. But listen, I am just happy, I am gassed. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for all of your comments and all of your advice on what it could be. Turned out to be the key in the end, and now the car's driving, we can press forward with this build with a new lease of life. We've got ignition, we've got power, we've got steering, and now the car can move into the garage. So in the next episode, hopefully it's garage time, hopefully get some parts. A lot more is coming, so if you like this episode, make sure you press that like button. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, you know the drill, press the subscribe button. So keep it moving guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Guys, thank you for watching the video. Click here to see what YouTube thinks you should watch, or click here to check out this playlist on one of my previous builds. And I'll catch you in the next one. We out.